Sorry, welcome back to part 2 of solving quadratic equations. Now, before I just wanted to check that my calculations were correct, but that was correct. So we're going to expand the left-hand side. So we would have 2x squared, and then we're going to have minus 10x, which will come from here, and then we have plus 8x, and then we'd have from here to here, and then we have 8 times minus 5, which would be minus 40 equals 72. And I'm going to just quickly solve that. So we have 2x squared minus 2x minus 40 equals 72. Okay, and now at this point, I'm going to bring over the 72. So we have 2x squared minus 2x minus 40 minus 72 would be minus 112, if I'm correct. Yep, because we're going to minus the 30. Yep, that's fine. Equals 0. And then we're going to divide the whole equation by 2. So we get x squared minus x minus 56 is equal to 0, which is exactly the equation we were asked to show. Okay, so that bit's done. Now it says, hence solve the equation. So we can use the techniques that we did in part 1 of the video and the early stages of this video to try and find the value of x so that this is equal to 0. So we do 2 brackets as usual, x and x. And now take a moment to think about what 2 numbers multiply to minus 56 and add to minus 1. So we need a difference of 1. Think of 2 numbers which can give us a difference of 1. Don't worry about the signs, we can fix that. But there's only one possible candidate that I'm thinking of, and that'll be 7 times 8 if we get the signs in the right direction. And because we want to add them to give a minus 1, we want the larger one out of the 2 to have the negative. So let's put in minus 8 there, a plus 7 there. And the 7 times the minus 8 will give us the minus 56. And the minus 8 plus the 7 will give us the minus 1. So we have this situation, and we know that 2 numbers multiply by each other give us 0. That means at least one of them will be equal to 0. So x plus 7 could equal 0, or x minus 8 could be equal to 0. And this gives us x could be minus 7, or x could be 8. And then it says, hence find the length of the shortest side of the trapezium. Now, this requires us to understand what value of x makes sense. Now, if we look back at the trapezium up here, if x was minus 7, would this make sense? Well, we know that this here, for example, x minus 5 is the length. Now, if x is minus 7, we would have minus 7 minus 5 is equal to minus 13, which, oh, sorry, minus 12, being an idiot, minus 12, which, does that make sense as a length? Can you have a negative length? No. So, the only possible x value that makes sense here is x is equal to 8. Now, going back to the top, we can clearly see that the shortest length of all of them, well, if x is 8, this would be 10, this would be 3, and this would be 14. So the shortest length is clearly 3. So find the shortest length, the shortest side of the trapezium, well, that is 3 centimeters.